Okay. Sorry about that, Divine Masculines. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stitch that first piece of part of the video into it. But what I'm getting from the Divine Masculine energy was a very time to make some decisions. There might be some conflicting, um, uh, you might be feeling conflicting about some ways that you want to go in your life. So I'm feeling like you're just having to make some choices, some hard choices, or that's the feeling that I'm getting. The first card that comes out for you is the Porcupine Spirit. Time for a beginner mind, and I think that's pretty good about a way that I feel. It's like that's like conflicting. Like I have to make some decisions or some tough choices, and I'm not really trying to ruffle anybody's feathers, as well as not get myself all anxious and spiked up. I really want to keep things, nice and smooth, calm. I don't want to have to buck the system as much as possible. I really would like to have a transition that's smooth. And that's important. That's good that you would like to have that. It's going to be important for you to have the mindset that everything will go well. There is going to be lessons that you, I'm sure, have experienced and you have learned from, but it's going to be important for you to look at things with a new set of eyes. Like, just start over, because you're starting from a new space. And so your energy is going to be different as you approach different things, right? And so you want to have a beginner mindset, eager to learn, eager to pay attention, thirsty for knowledge, wanting to absorb it all in, looking at things with a fresh set of eyes and saying, hey, this is what I know about this person back then when I was in this mindset. But now that I've, maybe changed or matured or see things differently, now this person can see, I can see this person differently, and they can also see me differently. Okay. Moth Spirit comes out next. Surrender now. Time for a beginner mind and surrender now. Both of these cards are equaling 12. So 12, 12 right there. I'm feeling like it's time. It's time for you to make these tough decisions, to see things from a new perspective, and to just, I'm feeling full energy a little bit, is to just take the step and go ahead and renew your stance in life, renew your outlook, or change your perspective or in life. I feel like this is some very important life-changing decisions. Things that kind of establish who you are, your character as a masculine, or again, it's just an energy, so you can be a feminine, and this energy is still very much resonating with you. But it just feels like it's time for you to let go of all those old paradigms, those old thoughts, habits, beliefs, and let go of those. Just start over, and not, I just feel like it's time for you to start over. Don't be afraid. Just go for it. Surrender and just say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this anymore, or I want more from this, whatever it is. But it's time for you to go ahead and stop trying to make it fit. It's time for you to be very direct and honest with yourself and with others about what it is that you want in your life and out of relationships, and then move towards that. Okay? That's what I'm feeling, masculines. What else do I have? Energy for masculines, please. 1212. Make sure you take some time maybe to look up 1212. I'm not familiar with what that angel number is, or what it signifies, but it might be some interesting reading. And that also boils down to a 3 and a 3, so those are 2 3s you have there as well. Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Okay, there, masculines, there's something that you are just holding on to. Whether it's a relationship, I do see this little groundhog with a little heart in his hand. Something that you really care for, but you're reluctant to let go. It's going to be a little hard. It may feel a little hard. It may hurt, some feelings, may hurt your own feelings a little bit, but it's actually time to let it go. You see the card before that said surrender now, time for a beginner mind. It is time for you to reset and restart. It's time for you to reestablish, really kind of change your direction. You may have been wanting to be there. You may have been a very stable and consistent figure. You may have been someone that others could rely upon, I'm going to say heavily, and you think, or you felt like that might have been your role, that was your position, that was the position you had to play, and you're kind of saying, you know, I don't want this anymore. This is not the kind of relationship that I want. I want to be in a relationship that's like this and this, but yet you have set yourself up to live like that, and you no longer want to live like that. You want to live like this. I hope that makes sense. But you've changed. You have a new set of I don't know if it's a new set. You just have a new view of things, and so it's going to be important for you. If you want that or the other view of relationships and lifestyle, then you're going to have to release what you have over here. And it seems like it's a little bit of a struggle for you, but you have to do it if you want to have a new beginning and you want to go towards the happiness that you're desiring, towards the relationships that you're desiring. This feels very personable, like you're really just trying to find personal happiness. And in order to do that, you're going to have to make some decisions that feel good for you. I feel like you're stuck in a little bit of a paradigm where there's, you know, like the masculine is supposed to do this and you're supposed to have this. I think you have kind of some of those things. And I'm not feeling like you're necessarily wholeheartedly traditional, but I feel like that's kind of where you've plugged yourself into some type of like traditional type of situation, and you're kind of wanting to stray from that a little bit. Oh, we got two that came out. Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth. These do have reversals, so I'm going to keep them in reverse. And the Lizard Spirit, Dream the World into Being. Know Your Worth, Skunk Spirit in reverse, and the Lizard Spirit, Dream the world into being. Okay, so I'm seeing the Skunk Spirit in reverse there, and I think that that's exactly what this issue is right now, is that you're not really recognizing yourself, your inner worth, the things that you provide on a different level. You can be a provider, you know, financially and so forth, but you're also a provider emotionally and mentally to people as well. And you also want to make sure that you're emotionally and mentally providing the health and the love that you need to yourself, right? And so when you're not giving yourself what makes you happy, then you're denying that. You're relinquishing your power. You're not giving yourself what you feel like you're worth, and that is why your relationships on the other end struggle, because you're not even feeding into yourself the way that you want others to feed into you. Excuse me. So if you want that, remember how I said if you want the this, then you got to let go of the that. That's what you have to do. Dream your world into being. You already have an idea of what type of relationship or lifestyle or things that you would like to have, but you have not taken necessarily the steps to go towards it. And that is because there are some things that you have to let go. And those things seem like they're very hard for you to release. It's going to take a really serious mind shift for you to realize that you cannot. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing and expecting a different result, right? So really take that in and say, hey, I want something different. If I want to have a love that feels like this, then either I'm going to have to love this person differently, I'm going to have to love myself differently, I'm going to have to talk about things to bring about the relationship that I want, I'm going to have to live that life I have to live it so that I can bring it in. And so I feel like you're being challenged to do that, and it seems like it's a little bit challenging or scary for you. Okay. I think there's an energy here that's similar to the feminine's energy. Her energy was, the feminine energy was like, once she was settled and comfortable in herself, once she recognized her worth, that things in her life would take on this speedy, you know, this would jump straight ahead. And I kind of get the same energy for you with this Lizard Spirit. I feel like once this skunk is in the other position, or once it becomes upright and you know what you want and you know what you're worth, then you will move forward and you will move confidently into the world. That confidence, just like I said to the feminine, that confidence and that security within yourself is going to draw that partner or that relationship that you desire right to you. Just like a moth to a flame, it's going to draw it right to you as soon as you recognize and acknowledge what it is that you desire. Okay. What else do you have for the Divine Masculine? Divine Masculine energy, please. My bells help give me a little more clarity. I hope they are not too annoying during the reading. If they are, well, drop me a comment. I might not stop wearing them, but it still would be nice to know. I might be considerate. Okay, Divine Masculine. Now, the fact that I'm looking for your thoughts, your crowning energy, and trying to figure out where your head is at, and it's taking so long to get out means, for a card to present itself is just exactly what I feel. Like you are struggling with making the decisions, okay? Koi Fish Spirit says there is always enough. Okay, enough. I think this is what's on your mind. I feel like when you make these decisions and you cut certain people and things out of your life, you're going to worry about, are people, is my family still going to be provided for? Is my children still going to feel loved? Will there be enough space for whatever? Will I still be valued? Or, you know, there's a lot of questions of, will these things still be fulfilled? And the answer is yes. You're concerned about your absence really upsetting the flow for everyone or everything else. Because I do feel like that people, you've put yourself in the position where people do rely upon you heavily. And so because you want to make the change, you realize that the change that you make for yourself is going to affect others. You realize that, and you're just being conscious of it. But it is still very important for you to know your worth. It's important for you to live a life that fulfills you and makes you happy. So, you know, you still have to make those uncomfortable steps and trust in spirit, trust in the universe, trust that there will always be enough. There is always enough. You have always been provided for. You've always been protected. It's just a new step in life. It's a new step, and it's uncomfortable and it's a little scary, but you can do it. You've ventured out on plenty of other adventures in your life, and you've grown in other ways. It's time for you to go ahead and grow and take this extra step. Push yourself into this area where you actually kind of put yourself first for a change. And it's not from a selfish place. It's truly not. It's just saying, hey, I'm not truly happy right here. This isn't exactly what it is that I want. And so you're just trying to find a way to get your life in a space where you're happy. And I'm not saying you're going to like there could be divorce for some people. There could be separation for some people. Or this can just be a conversation that says, hey, we need to start over. I feel like we've fallen into a hole here, and we need to come back out of it. And so it's saying, hey, I'm not happy, and I'd like to be happy. How can we fix this? So this could be a conversation, but it's definitely something that's going to be bringing you towards a new way of handling a new way that you're operating in relationships, okay? Excuse me. Next is Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Turtle Spirit is in the reverse, right? And again, I feel like there's this energy of it's going to go fast. The Turtle Spirit is a old soul. It takes its time. It gives me the Knight of Pentacles type of energy. I feel like I feel a little opposite of that. I do not feel like you're going to be moving at this slow rate. I feel like once you really own your feelings, right? Once you really own them and say, hey, this is how I truly feel, and this is what I want, and I got to make these changes. Once you really do that, then I feel like this Lizard Spirit comes in, this Turtle Spirit in reverse. I feel like things take off. I feel like it feels just like the feminine energy to me. It feels very like, hey, you've made a choice, and now you are in alignment with your purpose, and or your purpose, or you're in alignment with this particular energy that you should be in alignment with, and things begin to take off. I really do. And so that fear of, is there going to be enough? yes, there's enough, because this turtle spirit has, I feel like you've been working and working, and you've worked a long time, and you've always maintained, and you've held your position, you've held your status, you've held your place, you've earned your keep. You've always been the provider, so you've done the work. It's not like you haven't done the work. You've done the work for plenty of years, and now you're saying it's time for me to really kind of enjoy that work on a different level. And what I mean by that is you can go out and buy yourself nice things, you know, cars, clothes, food, whatever it is that you enjoy. You can go buy those things, but it's a different level of enjoyment that you can get from them now, because you know, though you were looking towards those things to provide you with maybe a sense of pleasure or accomplishment, like, yay, I'm finally able to have this luxury or this pleasure in my life, but yet I'm still not able to enjoy it. And you're wanting to be able to have these comforts of life and these luxuries of life and this ease and flow in your life, but you want to also have the emotional satisfaction that goes with it. And so I feel like you're being called to say, hey, instead of focusing in and providing for everyone else, how about you sit down for a second and provide yourself with some type of nurturing, some type of love. Allow that love that you really are deep down desiring to come in for you. Okay? Anything else for the masculine? Okay. Underneath the deck is Bat Spirit. It says a rebirth is assured. And same type of energy as the feminine energy as well. So we're definitely going to have to do a divine masculine, divine feminine energy, because what I'm feeling is that there's going to, you both are going through a transformation or a rebirth. And this new energy that you're going to be sinking into or calling into is actually about to draw you into a relationship or a partnership with someone that's going to be very significant in your life. It may be romance, it may not, but it's still going to be a very significant partnership. So again, a rebirth is assured. This is feeling like death card energy, scorpion energy to me, but I definitely feel like there's change. Here's that number 5, okay? 5 talks about change, and it also talks about a little bit of conflict, which is what I was saying earlier, is that you felt conflicted about how to handle things. You're wondering, how am I going to get my happiness and still make everybody else happy as well? Okay. Feminine energy feeling the same. I feel like both energies are just recognizing themselves and what it is that they truly desire, and then taking the chance to go towards that happiness, letting go and starting over, releasing these old paradigms and these old, coming out of that box and that shell, having this full energy. I feel like time for a beginner mind, this full energy, just look at things with a fresh set of eyes, re-energize yourself and relearn everything. Okay, tell me about the center energy, please. Tell me about the center energy for the divine masculine. One more time, please. Center energy for the divine masculine. And again, I feel like your cards are slow to come to a certain degree, because there is like all of the there's all this thinking of how to make a plan. I feel like that's what you're wanting to do. This is the Palace of Wands, and again, I feel like that's you trying to make a plan to make sure that everything is stable before you make action. You want to kind of get all your ducks in a row before you move forward. You want to still maintain a certain level of stability within yourself, because you've worked so hard to build up the life that you have, or the things that you have, or the situation that you have, the relationship that you have. You've worked very hard to get that, and you feel like once you pull out, that this probably all could fall, and that's concerning for you. But you also have to give people the opportunity to grow as well. You cannot always, take care of everything for them. So you pulling back some may actually be helpful to others as well. See, the Sun. This deck doesn't have reversal, sorry. The Sun card is next, okay? I feel like you're just really concerned about, will there be a happy ending? Like at the top of here, is there going to be enough? Yes, you have the settings for a positive outcome. You really do. You have, like I said, done the work. You really have to trust in yourself, and you have to trust in what you feel. You have to trust that if you are really feeling like you're going to have a happy life and you're going to have the comforts of life, and it's going to be shared with, excuse me, shared with a particular person, and that there's going to be passion and love all there, then you are going to have it. You are definitely going to have it. The universe is lining up and moving things around specifically for you to be able to have it. You're just going to have to step into it. And that means when I say step into it or step out of it. But you're going to have to make some change for you to go towards this happiness. You're going to, we're going to tap into a feminine energy for you masculines too, because you are very much still holding on to this I need to be in charge, or I need to control the situation. I need to make sure that everything is the way that I need it to be before I can step out, so that I can feel good and comfortable about myself. I don't think that that's a bad energy, but it is definitely an energy that is holding you back, because you are trying to control a lot of it when it's really just time for you to surrender and release. Okay, time to let go. It's time for you to surrender. Okay, the Knight of Swords comes out on time to let go. I can definitely see that. Cut things out of your life, right? Sit down, take some time and think about it. Okay, what situations, what people, what circumstances are not serving you? And be very clear and very honest with yourself with this Knight of Wands energy. It's saying, I'm taking the time to look at things, and I'm going to slice through the BS, and then I'm going to keep continuing to move forward on the path that I desire. It's great energy, but you're going to have to cut through the BS. You're going to have to maybe, stick that knife into some folks, and it might hurt them for a little bit, but always trust that whatever you're coming from, whatever you say, if you're coming from a pure place, it may sting them for a while, but as they sit with what you say to them, they're going to understand it, and they're going to grow in time. That's for them. That's for them. You have to do what's for you. So your decisions can help grow someone else. If someone else has been reluctant to take charge of their life, or reluctant to move forward in life, and by you removing yourself from that situation, you are then requiring them to kind of step up and claim their own life, like you're trying to do for yours. Okay, so Knight of Swords definitely coming through, saying be clear about what it is that you desire, and if it doesn't fit within the paradigm of what it is that you desire, cut it out. It's not selfish, but it is, you're still being very balanced. Interesting here, I see fire energy and air energy. I was just speaking about that. I'm seeing the sun, and then I'm seeing fire, as well as I'm seeing the air energy here. So I feel like there's this balance, this dance that the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are doing. I'm probably going to do that reading next. And I was just talking about the fire and the air element, right? So too much air, too much oxygen to the fire sets it ablaze. Not enough will cause it to burn out. And I feel like this is what the Divine Masculine and Feminine are doing. They are getting with it balanced within themselves, so that when they meet, that it's going to be spontaneous combustion. It's going to cause a spark that it's going to ignite something very significant within the two of you. This relationship situation, there's going to be a significant, like I said, it's going to change something. It's going to spark, but it's going to require for you to maintain balance, because it has the potential to either completely shut you down or completely set you ablaze. Okay? All right. Tell me about this piece of energy. You surely have done enough. And there is a way for you to, you know, have peace all around you. But it's not your responsibility to provide peace for others. In a sense, it's like you are going to set the intention that you can live your life, and you're making decisions that aren't going to, you know, purposefully, like you're not being vindictive and hurtful towards people, right? So you have good intentions in your heart. And so with that, people can kind of feel that. They may not want to acknowledge it in the beginning because of their emotions. They're not emotionally mature enough to understand how to manage that yet. But you know that your intentions were good. You just want to change things because you want to feel a certain type of way. And it's important for you to put your feelings just a little ahead of theirs. I'm seeing the Judgment card coming out. And that's talking about having a second chance or a renewal, reliving or re-looking at things. I feel like you get a second chance once you actually acknowledge who you are and what it is that you want. Then you are being blessed with an opportunity to start over. And that can be in relationships, that can be in a job, that can be in partnerships, whatever it is that you are being granted the opportunity to start over. You are being granted the opportunity or the blessing to a second chance to see things more purposeful, more in depth, with more feeling. Nice. You're also having the opportunity to possibly come back into connection with, if some of you have met your divine partner, you also have the possibility of maybe coming back into connection with that divine partner, that energy, okay? 9 of Pentacles, right? Interesting that that's coming out. There is always enough, okay? And there's the 9 of Pentacles. There's always enough. You will always be provided for, and those that you love will always be provided for as well. They will be self-sustaining as well as you will be self-sustaining. Everyone will be able to own their responsibility, right? You will be able to have peace within your life and enjoy luxuries. You will be able to, oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so 36 equals 9, and of course this is the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of coins. So 2 9s right there as well. We had the 12 in the beginning. So just so you know, you have some number of synchronicities there. 9 of Pentacles, I also feel like this is very much, will there be enough? Yes. I also feel like the 9 of Pentacles is usually represented by a feminine energy that is very self-sufficient, very comfortable and content in her world, able to know her worth, and she has everything that she needs, but she's still open for a relationship and partnership. And I feel like that's exactly what you're going to run into, is you're going to run into this 9 of Pentacles, which is that divine feminine energy. I also feel like this is the energy that you're also going to be in, where you're saying, I'm owning myself. I know what kind of divine masculine I want to be. And I know what kind of divine feminine I want. And so you're actually taking the time to nurture yourself and know that you are enough, and that when you pull away from things, it doesn't make you less of a person or an evil person, any of that stuff, any of that guilt and shame that you've been telling yourself. No, you need to throw that away, because you have, again, put in the work. You have already done that, and it is time for you to basically reap the rewards, to actually live a life of happiness and love that you desire. You're actually being able to be appreciated as the masculine or the love that you really want to be appreciated as or seen as. There is no need for you to worry. That is what you're worried about financially. You're really worried about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. You'll be provided for. There might be some changes in your life, but I don't think they're going to be so drastic to where you're like, ugh. I just think that the biggest thing is that you're going to cut out things that you thought were very important and very valuable in your life. And there's like this re-evaluation of like, no, that's not really as important as I thought it was. It doesn't hold as much weight as it used to, especially if you're not getting that feeling of happiness from having it. Like, I worked so hard to obtain this, and now I have it, but it doesn't feel like I thought it was going to feel. And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a feeling of love and that comes along with having these other luxuries and joys in life. You're looking for that emotional connection that comes there with a partner for it. Okay, I'm seeing the Devil card. Okay, I'm again very fiery energy. I feel like this is your opportunity to allow yourself to come out of the cage and to be you. Okay, you see in this card, if you're familiar with this deck, this guy here looks like the Fool energy. I don't know if you can see his little gesture hat. He's naked in that cage, but the door is open, and he's fearful of coming out. It's taking charge. The Devil energy is that that rebirthing energy. Now, there could be some negative addictions or things that you're kind of reluctant to let go of, but that's just really more or less fear. I think that, again, you've done the work. You've shown what kind of character you have. There's really no reason for you to be shy and hesitant to come out of the gate. When you come out of the gate, though, you do want to make sure that you have yourself balanced and in control, because remember, I told you, too much you could be completely ablaze and just be like, I'm free and I'm going to do all these things, and you just kind of get out of balance. So you're just being, you want to be conscious of making sure that you don't just go completely bananas, right? Bonkers, and lose your mind. But you definitely want to allow yourself to release from out of this cage. You want to free yourself from this type of bondage, right? This is Capricorn energy. This Sun card, Leo energy, but it's fire energy as well. So Leo, Sag, and Capricorn. No, Capricorn's Earth. You guys got it. Fire energies. I cannot think of that sign to save my life right now, but I'm definitely feeling fire energy. Okay, that's definitely here. So again, I think you just need to have to be comfortable knowing your worth and allowing yourself to be seen, okay? Allowing yourself to come out. And even, as a skunk, you still have, as a skunk, you still have purpose and value in this world. There's still something that you have to offer and that you bring forth into existence or into life. So know that. Don't just be like, oh, I'm a skunk and nobody loves me, and not think that you have purpose. No, you definitely do. And you need to see that. Don't be afraid to shine it. It's almost like I feel like you're very open and brazen as a person, like you're pretty confident to a certain degree, because you've set yourself up to appear that way. But I do not feel like you're really confident when it comes to relationships or love. I feel like that's the part that you're afraid of. You're afraid to allow that part of you, that vulnerability, that nakedness, that truth to show. You are able to, present with all of this this grandeur, this great homes and this great wealth, and this very powerful energy of controlling and keeping things in line and in order. But what you don't have is in line and in order is your feeling. Like, you're not really being honest with yourself about how you feel. Okay? All right. And let's go ahead and slide this over a little bit. And we're going to jump into the energy looking at love. Okay? Okay. And let's do that again. What are we feeling in the masculine energy for love? I really just feel a sense of longing. a desire for something more enriching, intimacy. Moving secretly is what that was. I feel like there's a desire just to want more, like I said, more intimacy, more more kind of snuggly, more connectivity. Masculine center energy, please. I feel like maybe there's a sense of I've always been strong and capable, and just a little bit I'd like to be just nurtured. I'd like to be maybe a little bit coddled and allowed to cry or allowed to express myself without feeling very much judged. Compromise and love story. And that's where I feel like your center energy is right now with the relationships. Remember, I say you're looking to make sure that everything is built built and all the ducks are in a row before you go on your way. I still feel like that's this energy here when it comes to love. You're saying, hey, I would like to have a love story, but first I have to find a way to make everyone happy, in a sense, right? You're compromising, but you don't want to compromise on yourself, your love story. You don't want to keep shortchanging yourself to make others happy. So it's important that you recognize and you remember what it is that you desire, and you are looking for a compromise. That's just what you're looking for, compromise, not this person saying this is what I want and it's either that and that's it. No, you're going to be able to stand up and say, well, that's fine and dandy, but that's not going to work for me, but it would work if we could do this. And you're not just settling for what it is that's going to make someone else happy. You're actually looking for compromise so that you can move and out of that situation and begin a new chapter in love. Okay? You want it to be really easy and smooth. For those of you who are in a partnership already, this is a conversation saying, hey, we're off balance with one another. I'm not feeling the connectivity between the two of us. Let's sit down and evaluate our relationship or reinvest in one another. Let's sit down and look at the photo album. Let's go through the wedding pictures. Let's look at something that reminiscent of the time when we were in those feelings. Let's remember who we really are at our core and fall back in love. Energy for divine masculine, please. Divine masculine, what's going on here? Skeptic. Yeah, you're not sure. You're really not. Whoa. You're really not sure. That falls into this time to let go and the Knight of Swords. Skepticism and under pressure. Yeah, you're not sure, but you know it needs to be done. You can feel that it needs to be done. You want to do it, but there's just still this hesitancy, this time to let go card and this Knight of Swords. You're going to have to take action. You're going to be able to move forward. You're at a very good time where your clarity is there, where you know what you know and you know what you desire and you can't really ignore it. You are going to feel pressure to make a decision. You're going to feel pressure to make a decision. I got threes, a crowd, and superficiality. This is energy that you are no longer in. This is the energy that you're trying to remove yourself out of. Okay? You are no longer and this is not a dig or anything, but there's a lot of superficiality there. Remember how I said you're always in control. You have the beautiful home and all the things that you desire, right? Nine of Coins, you maybe have a beautiful partner. You're very well established, right? You're doing your thing, but it's an image. Remember, I said you've set yourself up to look like this, but you really want that. And that's what this is. This is you are looking like this, and you're having all these other things going on. You might have an untraditional type of relationship, or there may have been you may have stepped out on your partner, or your partner has stepped out on you, and you're saying, well, that's fine, when you really don't feel that way. And so now you're in a relationship where you're finding it either hard to love your partner the same, or you just are not in love with them anymore, and you want to move out. You want out. It also feels like there's a third person, but that third person is the relation. It's you. Okay, so again, it's like you have this, but you want that. So you have this with this person, but then there's the real you over here that's looking in saying, hey, what about me? What about me? I'm not getting my needs met. No one's compromising with me. And so I feel like you're wanting to release that and let that go, but it's hard. It's kind of like an ego check. It's kind of like saying, well, you know, you're now dismantling everything that you worked so hard to build up the imagery, or what have you. And it's time for it to change or come down or be reevaluated. That's what I feel like. I feel like you're wanting to be more vulnerable and open, but it's just hard for you. It says it's easier to be superficial and be accepted by society. I feel like that's exactly the feeling that you're going through. Like, this is just easier. I've already set myself up this way. I should just stay this way. It's easier. Opening up is your crowning energy. So opening up is I've closed the door, but now I'm ready to let you in. I feel like in your mind, you're again struggling with saying, hey, I want to release myself from this. I want to allow a new partner to come in, or a new relationship, or a new paradigm. I want something to come in that's different. And so I know that there are some things that I must release, and there are some things that I must change, because I do want that. It's a slow process, but I do feel like that you're going to do it. I do feel like you're going to make the decision to do it. Or you're going to follow through and look for it. I just think you're going to do it little by little, and that's okay, because that's just enough room, and that's just enough opening for that energy still to flow through and connect with that partner, especially the divine feminine who's opening up as well and changing her her energy. There's love offer and intimate date. There it is. I feel like that's and there's nostalgia underneath the deck. What I feel like is once you're open up, like I said, that allows that feminine energy to feel that. I feel like there is an encounter. There is intimacy that comes forward. There is some type of relationship or partnership that then presents itself to you once you allow yourself to be open, once you allow yourself freedom to come out of this cage, once you allow yourself to have those feelings and own them, and not be embarrassed by them or ashamed of them. Once you realize exactly what you feel, and you have to be honest and say, I'm not feeling this, or whatever it is that you're going through, you're just going to have to open up and be honest about it. I feel like that honesty and that is really going to, it's going to release. It's going to be such a big release for you, and it's going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel more lighthearted. It's going to feel like you've got something off of your chest. Nostalgia, being underneath the deck, I definitely feel like this is an energy. You could be going back to a divine that you've already met, or this is also going back to the couple that may have fallen out of communication, and their love is struggling right now. Remember how I said go back to those photo albums? This is again taking yourself back to that and remembering who you guys are at your core, and how you fell in love, or what is it that you love about that person. I feel like the divine masculine is in that divine or is in that nostalgic area. Some point in his life he has experienced some type of happiness, or some type of yeah, happiness, love, and it felt good. And so there's this, you're using that, or he using that energy to remind you, hey, I could have this feeling. I could be having this feeling instead of this feeling. And so you're using that and you're building on that to kind of give yourself motivation to chase after the happiness. You are in the pursuit of happiness. Underneath nostalgia, I see divinely guided. Again, that's this relationship that's bound to come in for you. There's something that is going to happen. I feel like the masculine and the feminine energy are both going through a transformation, and this transformation is changing your frequencies, and that it's inevitable. I do believe that you guys are about to come into union. I'm not sure about a time zone frame, but I definitely can feel that it's going to occur. I feel like you guys are both in that energy where you're healing and you're making some very powerful decisions on what it is that you want in life and in love. And then your next thing is to make sure that you're taking, or to take those steps to do it. Masculines, I just want to give you a word of encouragement. Your feminine is doing it. If you want that happiness and that love, if you want that 9 of Pentacles, feminine, then take the steps with her. You're not alone with this desire of moving forward in love. You're not, because there is a feminine there that is waiting. Okay. This card says, you've been here before, lived many lifetimes. Your soul has learned skills in past lives and has developed abilities and talents. It is time to reawaken and reclaim these past life gifts. Kuan Yin's grace, protection, and assistance help you now to release past life wounds so that you may bring past life powers to aid your present life purpose. Okay. Excuse me. What I feel like that is saying is that, you know, you have everything that you need as long as you remember who you are. Okay, remember what it is that you want. Go ahead and release that. If you have left someone and they were hurt before, you've seen some relationship that was, those are all old wounds and scars. You're going to have to release those and let them free. You're going to have to let that go. You're going to want to realize that you have a very strong heart. You have a very loving heart, a very strong desire for partnership and love, and that you're actually going to be reunited with a partner that you may have had a lifetime, past life or past love with before. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, masculines. Let's see what kind of advice or energy you need to move forward. I can help you. They're going to be okay. For those of you who are in relationships that are going to maybe possibly end in separation, divorce, or, you know, just a split, if there's children involved, the children are going to be okay, and so will the partner. The partner is going to be okay. It's just going to hurt them. They're going to feel a certain type of way, which is understandable. They're going to feel very hurt and broken by it, but it's just going to trigger a healing within them. Okay, it's going to be healing for you, but it's going to trigger a healing in them. It's going to trigger a healing process for them that they need to go through to get through a phase in their life. I hope that makes sense. You're basically going to trigger something by your being honest and confessing what it is that you feel. It may hurt, or it may trigger them in some way, but it's a way that is it's purposeful for them. It's going to ignite a healing it's going to start a process within them that is necessary for their spiritual growth as well, or their growth in their life as well. It's necessary. It's like a necessary evil, if you will. But everyone will be taken care of. Everyone will be okay. There will be healing. The situation will be healed. Even if it feels like it's not, or that it won't be in the beginning, trust that it will be healed. There's going to be some hurt feelings and broken hearts or some, things like that. That's understandable. But know that it's going to be healed and it will all pass in time. Advice for the Divine Masculine, please. Page of Raphael. A new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations and great intuitive insights. Be gentle, loving, dreamy, and open-hearted. Okay? Yeah, this is an emotional thing for you. This is really just tapping into that heart space. This is really about opening up and allowing yourself to receive the love. It's acknowledging who you are and knowing exactly what you want and how you want to feel in life and in your partnerships, and then taking the steps to move it. Once you move yourself out of the superficiality and out of the nonsense and out of a lot of the noise, and you really just tune into self, you're going to realize that you have a whole different way that you're looking at things. You're being pressured right now to make a decision. Don't make it just because you need to make a decision, but you really want to make a decision that feels right for you. If it doesn't feel right, then you're not going to feel relief from this pressure. You're not going to feel the relief from the skepticism. Like, you're not going to feel like you made the right choice. Once you make the decision and you follow through with it, you're going to feel that change. You're going to feel the pressure be released. It may be the beginning of other things that have to be done, but it's now you can acknowledge that you took that big step and it released something and it pushed things into motion, and now it will be easier for you to continue to move that way. Okay, so again, this is a new emotional situation. Allow yourself to come out. Allow yourself to be seen and vulnerable. Express your feelings and your emotions. Go ahead and be clear. There will be enough, and your partner is waiting right outside. All you have to do is surrender and let go. Have that, take the step, that fool's energy, and just step off the deep end and kind of really jump into your emotions and your feelings and follow that. Okay? All right, Divine Masculines, I enjoyed this reading, and we will talk again soon.